Here we go. Hello, hello, ladies. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. I am so excited to just be here with you ladies and just start the year off in running on fire and help each other stride as much as we want to. You know, we're all on different levels. So that's why I love Monday Mojos or having any kind of event on Mondays because it really helps us start out our week. Because, you know, the weekends are filled with family time sometimes and other, distractions. And then we get up on Monday morning and we have to start rolling again. And so, yes, it is time to get started, motivate each other, and just have an excellent, excellent week. All right. So I would like for us to all polish our 30-second introduction. And the last time we did this, I could tell that some of us are getting very, very rusty. So in our 30-second introduction, we're not pitching, we're not selling, we're just telling people about you. You can tell people what you do, but you're not telling them something's on sale or how much it costs in a 30-second introduction. Now, some people may call this a 30-second pitch, and maybe they want you to pitch. Maybe they don't want you to pitch. But literally, if Dr. Lawana was great friends with Alicia and she's seen her in a building and she hasn't seen her in 6 months and they were going to the elevator together, Dr. Lawana, would you really want to sell her a coaching package in 30 seconds?
And not, I wouldn't want to sell her anything.
Exactly.
Even if it's an hour, because we haven't seen each other in 6 months. We should be getting to reacquainted.
Exactly. So imagine if you never met Alicia before, but she started talking to you and she said, well, by the way, what do you do, Lawana? Are you going to try to sell her something in 30 seconds if you never met her before?
No.
So I want us to really work hard and steady on our 30-second introduction. We used to do this all the time and we got out of the habit, and I've noticed that we've gotten rusty. So I'm going to start with Dr. Lawana. And Dr. Lawana, I want us to hear your very best 30-second introduction that you can come up with on the spot. Did not know I was going to ask you this.
I work with women who aspire to transform their lives through writing, legacy creation, and personal development.
Beautiful. That told us who she works with. You could tell by her face that she enjoys it because look at those eyes and that smile she had while she was doing it. And she gave us what is going to happen by her working with them. So that told us so much. It's not always about the words. It's also about the expression, those eyes, the smile, how you nod your head, how excited your voice is. All right, we're going to go to Alicia, and then we're going to go to Abby. Go ahead, Alicia.
Good evening. Hi, I'm Alicia Alexander. My company is Make a Difference Consulting. I am an expert in organizational excellence. It means I help organizations to take care of their employees, help them to feel valued, appreciated, and respected for the job that they do for the organization. And when I say organization, I mean company and place of business. Alicia Alexander, Make a Difference Consulting.
That is awesome. Awesome. That is awesome. Again, she had her expression. She told us who she works with, who she wants to work with, how she's going to benefit them, and why they need her. All in 30 seconds. All in 30 seconds. She did that. Okay. So let's go to Abby and then we'll go to Grace.
I am Abby Bassey Cripps and I own Tech Assist. And it is my goal to have everyone be secure in life. Not to go without, but to be secure in many different ways. Cybersecurity, legally, identity, insurance, and finance are my main categories. And I always look forward to having a chat with people, a 30-minute free chat, no fee, and see if there's anywhere I can help. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So again, she didn't know that I was going to ask this, but she did get what we needed in 30 seconds. Who she helps, how she helps them, and what it's going to do for them. They're going to be secure. Okay, so that is what you need out of your 30-second introduction is how, why, where, when, what they're going to receive. Grace, and then we're going to go to Dar.
Hi, I'm Grace, wife and mother of 30-somethings. What I do is I connect people to health experts and business experts. If you want to improve either your health or your financial situation, either one, I can help you.
Very good. Again, she was expressive. She changed her tone from here to there, up and down, subtle. And she told us what she does, how she can help us, and how we're going to benefit from that. Dar, come on down, my friend.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. I am Dar Bassey Cripps, and I am owner of Dar's Creative Cards. And I am in the business of making people happy and feel good inside, and all of those good things. I can be reached at my website at darscreativecards.ca.
Beautiful, beautiful. Again, she told us she does cards. They're going to make you happy if you get her cards and make you feel good on the inside. Very good, Dar. I know you've been working on switching your business a little bit, so, and that's okay because sometimes we have to change. No, we all have to change all the time, something, because things change. I am LaDonna McAbee, your networking expert. I love to help others connect, network, and collaborate with one another with the right people at the right time for yourself and your business. Don't leave money on the table. Leave it in your bank accounts. Again, I told you what I do, why I do it, and told you why you should do it to make more money. All right. With that said, please go ahead and put your information in the chat. The information I'm looking for, how should I contact you? Do you have an appointment link? Do you want me to call you? Do you want me to email you? I need the information. Don't make me look for it because I'm that kind of girl. If I have to dig for it, I'm not doing it. I'm busy and I don't want to allow time with that when I can be doing something else. I want Dar to put that information in the chat so I literally call me LaDonna because it's hard for me to read. I'll call her and she's going to leave me that phone number, something like that. Okay. Next, if you have an article that you want to put in the newsletter, put newsletter in the chat. That doesn't mean you have it ready today. Each and every one of you need to get an article ready for the newsletter. This is a way for you to promote you and your business or businesses. Okay, you're missing out. It's part of your membership. Next thing, we have a membership portal. If you go in and sign in as a member, click the pink button that says member, sign in. You go to where it says Savings Club or Best Deals. I can't remember which one it says. You will find everyone's deals. I have several deals. I have my books in there for sale. I have courses for sale. I have freebies that are awesome. I've been digging hard for you ladies to find freebies for you. These are things that people can get to only if they're a member. Okay? So what I'd like for you to do is make sure that I'm getting things, new things to put in the portal and the newsletter. Do you have an event coming up? Maybe Dr. Lawana has a journaling class every Monday night. Dr. Lawana put that information in the chat. Maybe Alicia has a free download that she wants to give us to put in the membership portal. Alicia, put that in the chat so that I know to reach back out to you. Miss Grace, you may have a recipe to use for your coffee. Put that in the chat. If you don't have it ready, just put, I have a recipe for the newsletter. I have a free download for the membership portal. I would like the recipe to be a free download for the membership portal. It can be in more than one place. I have some bracelets that were left over from when I sold my Home Sweet Home Treasures business. I am working on retaking pictures and getting those uploaded in the membership portal. It can be anything and everything. This is like a very small Amazon per se. Maybe Dar has some crafting books that she is ready to sell. All she has to do is give me the description, how much she wants to sell it for, and the link for her to go to. So that means she's going to have to put it on her website and then give me that link. And we will take it from there. Abby might have a laptop for sale. Give me that link. That's all you have to do. We will go over there. We will get the picture off of your website. We will put it up on the membership portal and hopefully help you sell your laptop. Now, why do I do it that way through the website? Because I've had that question. I had it today with one of the members. Because backlinks, have we all heard backlinks? They're powerful on every website. It makes you more prominent to be shown up on Google searches. So when I have people go to Abby's website to click on that laptop that she has in my membership portal, guess what? That helps my website and that helps her website, okay? So it's very important. And again, this costs you nothing. It's part of your membership. So please write, the chat is for good notes. Write your notes in there so that when I look at it tomorrow, I'm not going to look at it today, but tomorrow I know who to contact and remind, hey, Grace, remember you wanted to put a recipe in the membership portal and in the newsletter. Can you get that to me? Okay. So remember to do that. Abby, I know it's hard for Dar to type out things. So if you can put it in the chat for her, that's beautiful. I'll get it. So remember that. Any events you have coming up, put them there. I'll get them in the newsletters. I'll also get them on the membership portal. All right. Now I am going to turn over the next 10-ish minutes over to Grace Barkwell.
Thank you, LaDonna. Topics was passion and expertise. What is your passion? Can you write it down? And what is your expertise? Can you write that down so you know exactly what it is? My passion is to help people reach their ultimate health possibility. Why, you might ask? As a follower of Christ alone, since I was a child and educated as a theologian and a biblical scholar when I became an adult, I've always known the verse that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit if you follow Christ. And if you have asked, if you've repented of your sins and asked Him into your life, your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which you have of God, and you are not of your own. You have been bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. How can we take care of our corrupted bodies that are dying from the moment of birth? Well, this is a fast-paced world of processed foods, but I've listened to Dr. Bob Rakowski for 7 years, and he is a health expert. And he quotes Jack LaLanne. I don't know if any of you are old enough to know who he was, but he was the godfather of exercises and fitness. And he said, if it's man-made, stay away. If God made it, it's okay. Dr. Bobkowski has lectured all over the world. He currently lives in Texas, although originally is from Minnesota. And I have met him several times in Toronto, and he's coming on February the 1st again. We're going to have a gala and a fabulous dinner, and he's going to be lecturing in the afternoon before we have dinner. And he has encouraged us to have the Magnificent Seven. And the Magnificent Seven is eat right, drink right, move right, sleep right, talk right, think right, and poop right. So, talk right and think right. I could give you Bible verse after Bible verse on those, but I'm going to talk about eat right and drink right now. First, to eat right, you have to plan ahead. You have to plan your meals. What meals are you going to have for the week? When you plan your meals, write a list of what you need, of what you don't have in your cupboard or your fridge or your freezer. And then, if you have a farmer's market nearby, go to the farmer's market. But if you don't, and you are going to the grocery store, spend most of your time in the produce section and pick out the fresh produce that you need to make your meals. Then quickly go to the bread section. Don't spend too much time in there, and only choose breads that contain several grains, sourdough, pumpernickel, or that have flaxseed, something that will give you some substance. And then move to the meat section, which is usually at the back, and pick out the meats that you want for your recipes. And then if you're lacking any spices in your cupboards that you have in your recipe, quickly go into the spice section and come right back out, because you're going to go to, you don't want to go down that aisle. Next, go to the dairy section. You might want a milk substitute. That would be better. I choose almond milk, but don't skip the butter, because margarine is only one molecule away from being plastic. Remember to get your eggs and cheese, good cheese, not the processed cheese, which that's pretty plasticky too. And whatever you do, if you're going down the aisle that has tea and coffee, you might want to pick out an herbal tea, but don't go down as far as the coffee, because that kind of coffee, although inexpensive, is also cheap. And that coffee can contain 53% more is mold. It comes from moldy coffee. Also contains pesticides and heavy metals. And you don't want to put that into your body. What should you drink then if you like coffee or tea or even hot cocoa? With over 150 natural antioxidants, 200 vitamins and minerals in each cup, we have the answer for you. It's convenient pre-brewed coffee made with gourmet Arabica beans, and it tastes fabulous. We have three black coffees, and we have other coffees as well. And as I mentioned, the hot cocoa, it has no caffeine in it, so it is great for the children. And it is a superfood with Ganoderma extract in it. And there are other flavors as well, the Supreme, and then we have the red tea and the green tea. What does this coffee do for you? It supports and builds the immune system, manages cholesterol and blood sugar, enhances immunity, boosts stamina, improves blood circulation, fights free radicals, balances pH level of the body, promotes natural detoxification, improves mental focus and mood, and it has this Ganoderma lucidum in it. It's scientifically proven to support long-term health. Now, how many cups of this coffee can you drink? Because with regular coffee, you drink a cup of coffee and, you got your mold and pesticides, but you think, well, I don't know if I drink any more, it'll give me the jitters, But Dr. Bob drinks 5 cups of coffee a day. It does not give him the jitters throughout the day. It keeps him alert and also with the mental focus and also enhances his mood. This coffee also gives you a pain management for those who are struggling with autoimmune diseases that cause pain. If you drink it black, and we have 3 of those black coffees, one is a mild roast, one is a dark roast, one is a medium roast. It depends on your preference, but all of them are black coffees. And if you drink them black, it can help with your weight loss program as long as you stick to the outside aisles and don't go in where you can find sugary processed things. The coffee also improves your circulation. You get less headaches and migraines, and I can attest to that because I've been drinking this for a long time. I used to get migraines. I don't get them anymore. I don't get headaches anymore. And it improves your sleep quality. It reduces inflammation and allergies. And that is the inflammation causes all those things that end in itis, like arthritis, bursitis, and all the other things that end in itis. That's inflammation. And then it helps with your allergies and your organ detoxification because it goes through your whole body and helps your organs to detoxify. I have been diagnosed with high blood pressure and I do take the pills, but at one time I was taking the pills and then I was drinking so much coffee and taking the spore capsules that I didn't need the high blood pressure medication anymore. So I stopped taking it and I was fine until I ran out of the coffee and the spores. Then my blood pressure skyrocketed again. I was talking to one of my girlfriends and she says, where's your blood pressure at right now? So I said, oh, I'll take it because I have a machine. And I told her what it was. And she says, Grace, you should be dead by now. So I went back and I got the blood pressure pills. But my goal is to get off it with the coffee, tea, and the capsules. The spore capsules are good for all over health. They've really helped a lot of people with various different things. One lady had diabetes and her toes were starting to turn black. And so Dr. Bob recommended the spores that she take 2 capsules every waking hour for 3 to 4 weeks. And after that, unfortunately, the part of her toes that had turned black fell off, but the ones that hadn't turned completely black, they healed. And so she didn't have to have surgery because she was going to have surgery to have her feet cut off. And then what happens to people after that is they have to have their knees cut off, and then their legs cut off. And she avoided all that because she was taking the spore capsules. And the capsules that are called the mycelium capsules, they come from the root of the Ganoderma reishi mushroom. And that is the nervous system, the communication nervous system of the mushroom. And also our nervous system starts in our brain. So it helps improve the brain.
Grace, let me ask you,
Are
do
we
you have
done?
anything to offer us today? Do you have any discounts or anything? What is your offer for the day, Penny?
Well, my offer is that if you just want to purchase the products, the beverages, or if you just want to purchase any of the products with $50 worth or more, you get free shipping. If you want to join or enroll in the business, or if you know of anyone who wants to enroll in the business that you could, recommend to me, this month only, January, since we just moved into the year 2025, it used to be $50, but it's now $20.25. So those are the two offers that we have for either the retail purchaser, which purchases $50 or more and gets free shipping, or enroll in the business for only $20.25, as you've said there. And that is actually valid in the United States in US dollars and in Canada in Canadian dollars.
Awesome. Now, do we have any questions for Grace on the tea, the cocoa, the coffee, the spores capsules? Anyone have any questions? Okay, Grace, I would love to ask you, I love the Magnificent Seven. Could you please be so kind to write those into the chat? Because, maybe I'm the only one, but I've never heard of that, and it was pretty incredible. And the other thing I really loved is how you were telling us to shop, staying away from those inter aisles except for the spices. And I don't eat a lot of processed foods, but I do. Does that make sense? I don't think I do. But then when you start thinking about it the way you just put it out there, I eat more than what I thought. If I always try to get everything fresh in the produce section. But one thing that's very hard is that if they don't have fresh green beans, I will go get a couple of cans of green beans and rinse them all out, but they're still not good for you.
No, they're not. Frozen is much, much better than canned. Much better. If you can't find the produce fresh that you want, then go to the frozen section, not the canned section.
But I do remember when I was younger, one thing I learned, I became pre-diabetic in my 30s. I'm not diabetic. I've never been diabetic, but I was pre-diabetic. And it was because every day at lunch, I would eat a frozen meal. And my doctor told me frozen meals are packed with items that will make you diabetic, high cholesterol, blah, blah, blah. I never realized that. But as soon as I stopped eating the frozen meals, frozen pot pies, the pre-packaged meals and things like that. Now, I know in today's world, there are some ones that are supposed to be good for you. Don't get me wrong. But back then, I ate the cheapest thing because we had no money. 4 pot pies for $1. Now, how good could that have been for my body? Probably not very good.
Too many preservatives, and sometimes they even throw sugar in there,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I found that made me pre-diabetic. I went home and took all of that out of my freezer. And I told my husband, we're no longer eating any of that. He didn't really eat a lot of that, but I did. So yeah, so you taught me and made me remember some things, Grace. So thank you very much. And you know, when you're an entrepreneur, we forget sometimes to feed our bodies the right way. So when she
And
talks
yes, and
about pre-doing your meals,
yes.
know
Mhm.
what you're going to eat. And that brought
Yes.
back the time where I used to have a dry erase board. There were no cell phones back then. I know I'm old, ladies. I would put a whiteboard up and the girls and Mark would know what we were having for dinner every night. And that always depended sometimes on softball practice, if we had whatever we had gymnastics going on, it depended on that. Or if daddy was out of town, we ate differently than what if he was in town. But they knew every night, Monday through Sunday, what was for dinner. No questions asked. It was there. When I went to the grocery store, I made sure I picked up everything for it. Because, I was working full time. He was working full time. The girls were in school. They were in after school crap. Life gets busy. We are busy. If you think about everything you've done today, Tamara, you would really know how busy you really were today. Sometimes we forget. So remember that. All right. If any other questions or comments, if not, we're going to go to our next speaker, Dr. LaWanna Parker. Come on down.
Thank you. This is exciting for me to talk about something that's different from what I normally talk about, although it will include that. Can't get away from it. But I'm going to talk about the power of purpose because it's a brand new year and we all start setting resolutions. I don't do that anymore because I never did keep them. So I'll just start, okay, these are the goals and go from there. Well, the power of purpose is it helps us to transform our lives, and it does it because we have purpose, okay? Purpose is more than just a buzzword. It's the driving force that gives our lives meaning and direction. Let me ask you this. What gets you up out of the bed in the morning? Is it the thought of tackling your to-do lists or caring for your family or working toward the dream? Whatever it is tied to your sense of purpose. And if you don't have an answer to that question yet, don't worry. We're here, so let's explore it together. A lot of people will ask, well, what is purpose? Purpose can sound like something that's really big and intimidating, but at heart, it's simply the why behind what we do. It's what motivates us, inspires us, and it helps us keep going, even on those tough days. And here's the good news. Purpose isn't set in stone. It can grow and change with us as we grow and change in life. We evolve all the time. I remember one time someone who hadn't seen my husband in a long time, and they said, how's your husband? I said, oh, Robert, he's the same as always. And they looked at me and they said, you mean he's not growing? And I said, what you mean? They said, well, if he's the same, it means he's not doing anything. He's not putting something new in his life. And it was one of the first times that it made me realize that when you say that, and we're all guilty, oh, I'm the same. We're telling people we're not moving. We're not going any place. We're just stagnant. We're staying in the same spot. So be careful when you answer that question, because when you do that, you actually put that in your mind. So I want you to start thinking of purpose as a mix of your dreams, your goals, and your passions. These are tied together with the idea of making a difference. And whether it's in your own life, your family, or the world around you, I talk about every night. I say to people, let's learn to love one another and spread that love to everyone that we know and ask them in turn to spread it. And if we all do that, maybe it'll go around the world and we'll have love, peace, and joy. It only takes one person to get something going. But when you think about it, it's not about discovering some mystical one true reason for being here. And I remember asking the Lord one time, why am I here? I'm not making a difference. So why am I here? Why did you put me here? And I remember getting an answer, and I'm so glad I paid attention to the answer, because what I heard was a voice saying, if you leave now, you're going to miss all the wonderful things to come. I was about 13 when I heard that. And I am so glad that I did not do something stupid or something that could not be undone. Because each one of us, we have gifts, but sometimes we're so busy looking for something else that we don't recognize the gifts we have. So instead of thinking about why are you here, how about creating a life that feels meaningful to you? So why does purpose matter? Well, think about it. If you're living with purpose, it has so many benefits to you. It gives you direction, it fuels your motivation, and it brings a sense of fulfillment. When we live with purpose, we don't just go through the motions. We live intentionally. We have fun. We bring joy to our children because we want them to have better than what we had. So we have a purpose of what we want to do to make their lives better. I know sometimes finding a purpose can feel overwhelming. I know, I've experienced it. I'm sure each of you at one time or another has felt that way. So where do you start? Now that's where journaling comes in. You knew I had to bring journaling. So let's take a moment. I want you to, if you have a notebook or a journal nearby, I want you to grab it. If not, a piece of paper or the note thing on your phone, that'll work just fine. And I'm going to give you some journaling prompts. And don't worry, we don't have time to write them all out right now, but I will put the prompts in the chat so that you can think about them later and respond to them. So here's the first one. What makes you feel truly alive? If you think about it, about those moments when you felt joy, excitement, or a sense of deep satisfaction, write that down. These moments can give you clues about what matters to you most. Everybody know I love reading romance stories. That gives me great joy and satisfaction. The next one is, if you could solve one problem in the world, what would it be? Your answer might point towards a purpose that's bigger than yourself, something that connects you to others or serves a greater good. And finally, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? This is where dreams come into play. And I want you to write without limits. What lights your soul on fire. Don't limit yourself. Write whatever comes to your mind that you want to do. I don't care if somebody else said, well, that's outrageous. You can't do it. Ignore that. Write it down. All right. So take a moment to reflect on your answers. Purpose isn't about perfection, and it doesn't have to be grand or world changing. It just has to matter to you. Not me, not anyone on this screen, just you. So bringing purpose to your life. Once you have identified some pieces of your purpose, the next step is to live it. This might mean setting new goals, prioritizing what matters most, or even just making small changes in your daily life. Purpose is less about the destination and more about the journey. Think about it. When you take a trip, isn't it the things that happen along the way that sometimes are more fun than when you actually get there? You know? So I want you to remember it's okay if your purpose changes. Life is about growth, and your purpose will grow with you. What's most important is staying true to what feels meaningful and fulfilling to you. So my closing thoughts are: purpose is powerful. It gives you hope, clarity, and motivation to live each day with intention, but it's also personal. It's something only you can define for yourself. As you leave here, I want to encourage you to take those journaling prompts and keep reflecting on them, because purpose isn't something you find in one moment. It's something that you uncover and nurture over time. So let's move forward, open our hearts and our curious minds, and let's get ready to discover and live our purpose. One step, one day, one dream at a time. Back to you.
That was so awesome and so unexpected. You and Grace both brought some unexpected topics, ideas, and suggestions today, which I love. Does anyone have any questions for Dr. Luana?
Not a question, but one point is if you are living with purpose, a special purpose that you have, people who live with a purpose live longer because they have something that they know that they want to give the world. And, you know, you can't do that in like 5 minutes. So it takes a lifetime. And so they live longer, they have more energy and all that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tamara, did you have your hand up or were you just stretching?
No, I have my big hand up. You know, I have to tell Dr. Luana hello. Hi, my friend. And Doc and Grace, I gotta tell you hello too. And Dar and Abby. I love you guys so much. But anyway, back to Dr. Luana. I love your journal prompts. I do. I love them because they make so much sense. That's one of the things that I've always said. My mentor and I were talking about what I've asked my clients to find their purpose. 2 out of 3 are the exact same thing. So let me tell you, we must be on the same wavelength. But I'm just going to tell you, I appreciate you guys all so much.
You are
I missed you guys.
You are beautiful, Tamara, and we're so glad to have you here. Dr. Luana, I look forward to joining your class. I've seen in the chat that you have a journaling class on Mondays. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will tell you, I don't journal and I should. I should journal. I do blogs, and Dr. Luana is the one that talked me into blogging. What, a year ago, maybe a
Yeah,
little
about
less.
that.
But I do, and now I have a lot of blogs on the website and coming along beautifully. And I've learned that I can use that blog for so many other things, the social media, newsletters, making, you know, all kind of things with them. And it teaches you something. Everyone that reads it will learn or remember something. So that's kind of like my journaling, but I know that if I would start journaling, that more will come out, more power will come out of my brain. Does that make sense? It's like getting it all out. And I know if I start journaling, it will. So I look forward to that. And Tamara, my purpose is to run my big mouth. Tamara, everything that comes out of your mouth is wisdom, my friend, wisdom. All right, any questions, comments, or concerns before we leave? Remember to sign in to your member portal. If you don't know your sign-in information, get with me and I will get you in there. There's lots of freebies. There's lots of deals. Go buy one of my books, buy Dr. Luana's books. I know that Tamara has a book out, I think. Tamara, get me the link where it's on sale. Do you have it in your website? That's where we want to grab it from. Alicia, do you have any books for sale or anything?
Yeah, my book is under my information on the chat.
Awesome. We will get that uploaded to the member portal. What I'm visualizing for that member portal best deals savings is that where our members can go in and help each other. If you know you're going to go buy a self-help book for your business, go look and see what we may have already there. Now, my books that I have listed there right now is all on family or trauma because that's where my writing is. I'm coming out with a compilation book. Alicia is going to be in there. I'm in there. If any of you are interested, I'm having a half price sale. So it's only going to cost you $4.97 to be in a book, in a compilation book. That is cheap, 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 ladies. Cheap to be in a compilation book with a launch party and the whole works. So yes, so I look forward to that. And that will be a business book. All about,
Madonna,
yes.
I was gonna say your writing on trauma and my writing on forgiveness can correlate.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's what, you know, I'm going to be adding a bracelet soon because I have some bracelets left from my home sweet home. Like I said, maybe Dar wants to sell some crafting books. Maybe Tamara has some blouses that she wants to sell. Maybe Grace has some necklaces that she wants to sell. Maybe she has a class that she wants to sell. Tamara, we don't have a class for you for sale on that. We need to get one. Alicia, Abby, what do you have for sale? Let's get it on the member portal. Dr. Luana, what are you selling? Are you selling a course, an event? All of that needs to be on there. And I want you girls to start really utilizing the membership to the satisfaction that you know, oh my gosh, I get all of this for a small amount every month. Okay. Our next event is Sunday at 5 p.m. Central. That's 6 o'clock Eastern. I did it at that time thinking that hopefully everyone would be home from church by then. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. We have 2 inspiring speakers that will be speaking. It's going to be a round table. We may have a 3rd speaker coming on. This is an event that is free. So come and learn about goals, not just setting them, but setting them with intention to fulfill them, not to get in over your head, and to know what to do if you can't fulfill them. So thank you, everyone. And I look forward to seeing all of you throughout the week. If you need help with anything, let me know. Dr. Luana.
You say Sunday, is that this Sunday?
Yes. Yes. the
Okay.
12th.
I think I might have registered for it. I hope I did.
Awesome. Awesome. Good job. Tamara, did you have a question? Okay. All right, ladies, reach out to me if you need help with anything. Work on that 30-second, make it pure, make it golden. 30-second introduction, no pitching. All right.